Welcome to Retro Sports Gamer Channel. I'm Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam and Mutant Football League, NFL Blitz, and a few other games. Boom shakalaka! Kaboom!
Hey everyone, I'm live with NBA Live 96 on the Sony PlayStation. What I'm going to do tonight is play through an NBA playoff with the Orlando Magic, and the cover athlete on this game, as you see on the bottom right, but also the long box PlayStation game, NBA Live 96. This is the one that kicked off the series on the PlayStation. I honestly, what's up, Brennan Doherty in the chat? Good to see you here already. This is one that just slipped by me. I played all the NBA Lives throughout its existence, NBA Live 95. And this one just never really played it. Didn't really even know it was on the PlayStation. I always thought NBA Live 97 was the first one on here. And I picked this one up in Grand Rapids at a game store and video store called Vidiots. And they had some long box ones. This one, Shootout, NBA Shootout, and NFL Game Day. So all kicked off the series on Sony PlayStation. So we're going to explore this game. I'm actually excited about it. I played a game earlier just to get a feel for it. And it does bring some unique elements to the table. And we'll get to those in just a moment. Let me look at the rosters. I want to show you the rosters. This game is very simple. You can see it laid the foundation for the series. But it's not that in-depth. From everything from what they show you in the rosters to, you know, the buttons that are available to actually perform actions in the game. So what's cool about this game, I'll show you right here, is they got full photos of each player, which they were just kind of showing off what they could do with the Sony PlayStation. Back in the day, they really didn't have the best photos for video games for the players, and in this they're showing off, look, we could have full screen photos. But I think this is pretty cool that you could do this in this game, because you know, games today don't even show these full screen photos like this, which is pretty cool to see the guys up close and personal. But the one thing that I will say is you're not really seeing any ratings with these players. The height, the weight, the years pro, and their college is all you get. You can't go into the ratings and look up anything. And the buttons are a little weird to navigate the menus, like it's start or select to go back. So that usually was the triangle on the original PlayStation. But as you can hear, we got the funk music in the background. This game is so 90s. That's what I love about it. So we're going to take a look at the team I'm going to be using today. And that's the Orlando Magic that made the finals in 95-96 against the Rockets. There's Shaq, 300 pounds of them. So for the Magic, it's going to be all about their starting lineup. Of course, you got Shaq, Horace Grant, still in his Bulls uniform. Dennis Scott, D3 sharpshooter. Nick Anderson, another three-point sharpshooter and all-around game, really. Then you got Penny Hardaway, star for at least a good 5 years in the NBA. Very exciting player. If you haven't looked up highlights of Penny Hardaway, you want to do that. Brian Shaw, key player off the bench. And you got John Koncak, who obviously played on the Atlanta Hawks before this. Joe Wolf, not really a guy of note, but he played at North Carolina. Donald Royal, he's a guy who played a little bit off the bench for them. So did Anthony Bowie. Jeff Turner. David Vaughn. So, yeah, they got pictures for all these guys. Daryl Armstrong, point guard. I think he played more later on with them. You know, do they have the same abilities? It's hard to say. I guess we'll check it out in the gameplay. In the game I played earlier, I played against the Pacers, and in the fourth quarter they were going to Reggie Miller a bunch. So I'm guessing that they do have different ratings. They're just not on display. So that's who we're going to use. You know, obviously Chicago Bulls were big in these days, so I'll go through their roster real quick and then we'll get started with this. But yeah, full photos of the guys, which is pretty cool. So I just like the way it displays the teams, really. I don't know, what do you guys think? There he is, the big Australian, Luke Longley. And Jordan is not in the game. You got Dennis and his Spurs. But these are like high quality photos. You know, some games they just go with the no photo look. Got Ron Harper with his Clippers jersey. Oh, look at Steve Kerr. So Steve Kerr starts instead of having Jordan in the game. Tony Kukoc, Bill Wennington, radio announcer, currently for the Bulls. Dickie Simpkins, Jason Caffey, he's a rookie in this year. Randy Brown still working for the Bulls organization. Judd Bushler. It's funny that like none of the guys have their right jerseys. Jack Haley. He was the kind of guy that just, he went with Dennis Rodman just to calm him down. That was the story. We got James Edwards and roster player. I guess you could say this might be Jordan, but he's not in the starting lineup. Okay, so let's get started with this this playoff. I'm just going to play one game series because I want to get through this in one video. Yeah, the Magic, they were a magical team back in this day. I also really enjoyed them. It's too bad that they choked against the Rockets because I feel like they were the better team. But yeah, they choked. What's up, Antonio? How's it going? I know you like NBA Live, so this should be a good one for you. And I got some good comments on this game in general. Okay, so there's only 3 levels in this. It's rookie, starter, and all-star. Later on, they added superstar. I'm going to play on simulation, although once you see the gameplay, it's not very simulation-like, but really none of the NBA Lives were for a while. And then let's get this playoff going. You got to go down to the Eastern Conference. Make sure we got Orlando toggled. And then you could play different number series of games, but 1-1-1 is going to do it for tonight. Hopefully I can win on All-Star. I did play on starter earlier and was able to win. So this first game, obviously I'm not going to play it. It's not my game, so hopefully it doesn't simulate all the games. And yeah, I'm playing this one. So it's in, well, it only starts, oh no, there's 16 teams. So we got Indiana, Atlanta, Knicks versus the Cavs, Orlando versus Boston. And this Orlando team was 60-22. That's the same thing. I've never played NBA Live 96 until earlier today, and I didn't even know it existed on the PlayStation. I thought it was just a Super Nintendo Genesis type of thing. The nice thing about, Seattle was definitely good back then. They ended up making the finals, I think, the next year, led by Gary Payton, Hershey Hawkins, and Sean Kemp, Detlef Schrempf as well. I think Sammy Perkins might have been even on that Seattle team. Live from Orlando Arena. So there's no announcers in this. And so the comment, what the players, they did a good job trying to make the players look like their respective player in the NBA. So that's how you could tell them apart. Definitely a huge upgrade from playing Live 95 series up till 98 on the Genesis and Super Nintendo. Because you could actually tell the difference between the guys. Come on, Penny. Now, I think this game actually looks better than NBA Live 97 on the PlayStation. And I'll tell you why. It's because this game is not really 3D fully. It's 2D sprites, kind of like NBA Jam TE on PlayStation, where they player scale. It is 3D to an extent, but it looks like they use 2D scaling for this. So it does look better than 97. So it has a unique look to it that none of the other NBA Lives have on the PlayStation. Basically, 97 has bad 3D graphics. And it's pretty quick on All-Star. Blew that one. Shaq getting boards. Dunk on these dudes. A lot of fouls called so far. All right, let me get the other logo up here. So we're playing Boston. What's weird about this game is you press select to get to this screen, the pause screen, as opposed to start. So they're still figuring out what they were going to do with the buttons at this time. And of course, you can't use the analog stick. There's not many buttons that actually do anything. Defensively, it's just square to try to steal, triangle to block, and circle for hand check, which is basically pushing. On offense, you could hit triangle to perform a move, which they kind of spin, and that's it. Awkwardly spin around. And they're draining. Troy says I'm wrong. Yeah, he doesn't like basketball. There are alley-oops in this game, and they happen automatically. Shaq just bowling his way to the rim. You're not missing too much with 97, but they, from what I remember, they definitely have announcers. So PlayStation, you know, obviously had more space on the discs, and they didn't do any announcing or really even music in game. Well, actually, no, I think there is some music in the game. Nick Anderson with the dunk. So as opposed to the locked isometric view that you get on the Super Nintendo and Genesis, this has a better camera angle, and it rotates with what's going on the screen. So it's much better camera. This music's a little bit different than earlier for the in-between quarters, so they must have jazzed it up for the playoffs. Quarter stats. Okay, not much going on so far. Got a 2-point lead. So really, you just try to get past your defender any way you can. A lot of times they'll double team, but you could throw it around pretty freely. You don't have to worry about getting intercepted all the time, which is nice. Some of the newer basketball games are annoying with that. You just can't pass it. They throw it in harm's way all the time and it gets intercepted. Eric Montross. Horace got the goggles on in this. Penny Hardaway with the post up. You really can't post up. There's no there's so many buttons in this that don't do anything. It's actually funny for a PlayStation game. It's still of the... Oh, wow. Left them wide open. It's still of the mindset where a lot of things happen automatically. Like the alley-oops do. If they do the defensive stance, it's automatic. And the players really are tough to control. They fly all over the place. That was kind of NBA Live's thing for a while until they figured it out. They went from, oh no, the NBA Showdown series and like Bulls vs. Lakers, Bulls vs. Blazers, where it was really hard to get past any defender, to this where they're just flying all over the place. Getting kind of sloppy here in the second quarter. Adam's saying, hopefully one day I could play Fox Sports NBA basketball on the PS1. Yeah, I looked up some footage for that. It looks pretty good. All right, Penny. He's going to get stuffed. I don't know, Roger caught up. Horace Grant showing him who's boss. Ho Grant says under his name. Don't know why they felt like it was necessary to say that. Maybe because Harvey Grant's in the game, but I don't know. He's on a separate team, so. Just play bully ball with Shaq. Oh, Montrose blocks the 360. You're catching up. Yeah, oh, Grant. Oh, Penny just dunking on Dana Barros. I think that's the mismatch. Dana Barros is about a foot. Well, he's really like a half foot shorter than Penny Hardaway. At least a half foot. And it's still a 2-point lead, so I got my work cut out for me. Penny and Shaq in their heyday. NBA Live 96. Top performers at halftime. Anthony Hardaway and Dino Raja. Almost identical stats. Just one more steal for Penny. And let's get this show on the road. right, hopefully I could try to pull away a little bit more. 3, Nick Anderson. Oh, just went flying. You're going to see that quite a bit. For whatever reason, NBA Live on the PlayStation for a while, for a few years, felt like it was NBA Jam and you needed a push animation. And those happen just by running into guys. Oh, Penny gets his own rebound on the 3. And Montrose. Penny, he didn't always get hurt until like maybe his 4th or 5th year in the league. Before that, he was one of the most exciting players to watch. Where's Grant just cleaning out the paint? Just got to push guys around. Oh, Montrose with glass. Oh, was it NBA Live 98? Yeah, I wasn't quite sure. Oh, nice pass. Hits Dennis Scott for the little lay-in. Like, one thing I'll say, this game's more enjoyable to play than NBA Live 2001 on the PS2. Like, you could actually get to the rim and score. Yeah, NBA Live 98 on the PlayStation was such an upgrade versus what they did previously. It was fantastic. I loved that game. Penny picks it up. Nicky Knott is the coach. Blue Chips. Penny Mama got a house. Farm bot. Got a tractor from Happy. Blue Chips reference. Penny Hardaway. Montrose is trying to fault. This does look totally different from 95. That's what I said. It's very unique the way it looks. It's sprite based, but it looks 3D, and it doesn't look terrible. But it plays like NBA Live. It's 97 and 98. The rim looks identical pretty much to NBA Live 98. Get that out of here, Dino. I'll get dunked on. Oh, Horse just wanted to lay it in. He goes flying. Jordan is not in the game. They have a player on the roster that... Oh, wow. I don't need the computer to start draining threes. And one. Penny Hardaway. I think he's like roster player 62. I went through the Bulls roster earlier in this video just to show. Free throws are tough. Get that out of here, Dana Barros. What are you doing? Fade away. Took a bigger lead in that quarter, though. We'll see if the rubber band AI is active in NBA Live 96. See if I could put him away and go to the next round. And Rick Fox just walks right out of bounds. Wow, they're getting aggressive. Nostalgic Gamer saying, I love the old Sonics team. Don't know why they didn't do more with the roster they had. Yeah, I love the old Sonics team too. Looking at the roster in retrospect, it didn't have too much punch off the bench. Oh, man. I haven't hit a free throw this whole game. I mean, they had Sam Perkins, but other than that, it was all about their starting lineup. And they never had like good quality centers. Just guys who would foul and not score, really. Top 5 basketball games, are we talking arcade or simulation here? Because mine are all going to be arcade basketball games. I think it's just roster player. But in this game, it's tough to know if it's even him, really, because there's no picture and there's no ratings. So, I don't know. See, when they hit that double team, you can hit them with a pass and get them wide open. What a great and interesting time to be alive in the 90s, says James Bond. Quite the peculiar era for sports games, mid-late 90s, pre-Dreamcast. I'm somewhat of a collector, and I want the PS1 launch first time. Yeah, I got lucked out. Earlier in this video, I talked about I walked into Vidiot's in Grand Rapids. I don't live in Grand Rapids. I live in Chicago. But they had the NBA Live 96 long box, NBA Shootout long box, and NFL Game Day. So I'll have to play those other two. Yes, it's on All-Star. You're welcome, James Bond. There's so many sports games out there to explore. And I know the sports game... Oh, there's the oop and Horace Grant blows it. The sports gamer crowd is different from the other retro gaming crowd in a lot of ways. Not all, but this was the time with so many options in sports games that gamers started to play more what their niche was versus like NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis era. You pretty much played everything. Oh, crap. Forgot to mention long boxes. Definitely want the originals. Yeah, I don't think this game comes in anything but the long box. I don't need to be following up 11. I'm reading the chat and just pushing people on accident. Yeah. Adam mentioned that earlier. Fox Sports. It looks good. The thing is... Yeah, no, Fox Sports it was a cable channel for NBA games. I should remaster this 5-on-5 online. I guess that's called NBA Live 19 since NBA Live 2020 didn't come out. Looks like Rick Fox is their go-to three-point guy. Come on, Ho Grant. I got no fouls to give next one, and I'm going to the free throw line to miss some. Man, their defense is getting intense. You randomly came across the channel this summer. Love the intro by Tim Kittro, even though you don't have a lot of subscribers. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I don't go crazy with trying to get subscribers and doing everything else that a lot of other YouTubers do, or like, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. I mean, I'll do it occasionally, nonchalant, but yeah, if you're into these games, you'll find the channel. That's the way I feel about it. Three-pointer. Looks like the Celtics, the 8th seed, is about to get eliminated. Nick Anderson fires one up and hits it. What a way to go out. I do appreciate the comments, James Bond. Inside Drive 2004. That is a good game. That was a series that really got good by that point. It's a shame that they didn't keep it alive. stats realism. Yeah, you could run like the plays like actually happened. What's funny about this game, I was looking through the instruction manual, and they have a bunch of plays in the back of the booklet. It's pretty cool to look at. James. Okay, Rogue Gamer. So Adam's given his top 5 games: NBA Jam, NBA Street Volume 2, Hang Time, Ballers, Phenom. Wow, Ballers gets on there. College Hoops 2K 8, PS3. Penny Hardaway's player of the game: 14 points, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 assists, 2 steals. Just dominated Dana Barros like it was nothing. NBA Street 2 is great. Played it back in the day, 05-ish. Haven't played it since. I like the first NBA Street. I know I always say that when it comes up, but that one's also good. I see why people say that. Yo, my brother actually got Tim Kitzrow to do that intro at the Milwaukee Gaming Classic, Midwest Gaming Classic in Milwaukee. So he was nice enough to do that for the channel. He was there that year promoting Mutant Football League, as he's the announcer in that game. And yeah, he was there the last year too, but it was more of just like to meet him and signing. He wasn't really there for Mutant Football League. All right. Let's see what's going on over here. So looks like we're in the next round already. They simulated the rest for us. So let's see what happened. Spurs and Sonics. Phoenix beats Portland. Utah over Houston. So then we got, let's look on the East side. I'm playing Charlotte because they beat the Bulls. And the Pacers and the Knicks. Oh man, that's going to be a good one. I almost want to watch the game and see what happens. All the pushing and shoving that would go on in that game with NBA Live 96. All the pushing that exists in it. Yeah, SSX. I played the first one a lot because I think that was the first EA big game, so I was really interested in it, and I knew NBA Street was coming out. So we're going to simulate this. Alright, I guess I'll just go to my side and just play the game. And then the rest will simulate. Oh no, it wants me to simulate first, so. Looks like Spurs beat the Sonics and Suns beat the Jazz. Okay, here we go. Game 2. Yeah, you really have to go to a specialized retro game store to see the long box ones. They're not. It wouldn't be too often in even just regular like disc stores, disc replay type stores. Let's change the team up here. The Hornets coming right at you. This might be a tougher game. They got Alonzo, Larry Johnson. This was when the Hornets were good too. Rainbow Six, no, that wasn't me. By this time, I was pretty much playing mostly just sports games. Well, that's not true. I'd still play wrestling and Nintendo games. Resident Evil, but Rainbow Six never got into it. There were just so many options for shooting games. Looks like they got Del Curry, Steph Curry's dad, and Glenn Rice. Oh man, they got some shooters. So this isn't the Larry Johnson morning team I'm thinking about. Penny Hardaway is going to have that advantage because he's just a tall point guard. He was 6'7". But Dell making it happen. I don't see Muggsy. Maybe he's coming off the bench. Oh, I made a screen happen, even though you can't call for a screen. You loved them on Xbox. Got the gold edition. The layout's different enough to make it fresh again. Yeah, sometimes you just need a little something to make what you love fresh. So that's cool that exists. Orlando off to a hot shooting start behind Ho Grant. I'm sure Muggsy Bogues is probably on their bench. They're coming out hot though. You can't actually pump fake, which I didn't even use the last game. Oh my goodness. I got Larry still on this one. I had to throw Geiger around. I can't bring in the computer players. I can't go on their bench. Well, Del Curry finally missed. Come on, Ho Grant. So the guys keep the series alive. Sorry, I couldn't read all that. Yeah, I don't know how many guys that follow the channel also play first person, or that one's not really first person shooter, is it? It's more like third person. Team is pretty stacked. I don't know. Glenn Rice and Larry Johnson. Gotta be patient. Look for my open guy. They're not calling the fouls. I'm gonna have to concentrate a little bit in this one. No, I wasn't a sports gamer. I mean, I was, but like, it wasn't evident with my collection until PlayStation 2. Like, I have nothing else with sports games. I did play through Kingdom Hearts, but that was my brother's game. And then I played the Nintendo games like Super Smash Brothers and Mario. Those type of games. I'm going to be 48 this year. All right, I got to have a big quarter here. That was pretty bad. I wasn't getting open looks. I get the ball, so that's a good thing. And now I have a Nintendo Switch. I still play like Sonic Mania, Puyo Puyo. Oh, come on. Offensive foul. How did I push him when I had the ball? Oh no, he just threw the ball away. I'm not even getting shots off, which is a problem. Got that rebound. Oh, come on. This is so bad. I did that intentionally to see if they would call it. Oh, Shaq, you can't leave him down there. They're just taking the ball away from me. There has to be ratings in this game because this game is way harder than the last one. Shaq ripping down rebounds. Oh, I thought for sure that one would be good. Oh, finally got on a board. Okay. Minute left. Got to buckle down. You know, other games that I played that weren't sports were on the Dreamcast, too. Like House of the Dead, Crazy Taxi. The arcade-based ones. Wow, yeah. Del Curry could shoot. That's no accident. There we go. Gotta hit the free throws in this one if I'm gonna win. Nick Anderson draining. Gotta be more aggressive on defense. Just hammer away the square button. The game didn't like the cherry pick. I was cherry picking on that one. And they threw the ball away because of it. Yeah, Del Curry. I don't know why O'Neal keeps ending up behind the backboard. Well, Del Curry has like 4 threes already. This is a beatdown. Mario 1, Zelda 1, Punch-Out. Mostly Mario 1, not as much Zelda and Punch-Out. Whew. Del Curry has 16 points. He's absolutely destroying me. I mean, that's really the difference in this game is he's just killing it. Yeah, my brother, he likes those type of games. Not Punch-Out. That's an execution-based game. Alright, I'm really going to have to dig deep to make a run. Got the goaltend. Nick Anderson. I got to double team Del Curry. If someone else beats me, then they beat me. Look at this guy just hitting fadeaways. I shouldn't play Punch-Out. I suck at that game. I probably can't get past like the second boxer. I don't know what's with all these behind the backboard out of bounds. Maybe I might have to start shooting some threes. Gets in close, Dennis Scott. Adam wants to see Madden 05. That's what he's about. I kind of want to play Madden again. Gonna play Ravenshield. Might pop in later. Okay, thanks James Mon for watching and giving your commentary. It's greatly appreciated. We'll see you back soon if we don't see you back later. I want to give it another crack at Madden 2004. My games after the roster overview were pretty pitiful. Just not turning the ball over either. There we go. Del Curry, just foul him. Crashing boards hard. No! No, Alonzo Mourning wasn't on this team. So the trade must have been this year, Alonzo Mourning for Glenn Rice. Because Glenn Rice was on the Heat. Penny Hardaway showing some moves. Let's get the ball out of his hands. Make someone else shoot. Whipping down boards. No. Another miscue. Play Tyson. Well, it's a one-player game. It's okay. I don't want him shooting anyways. We're just holding it. Oh, man. Got Geiger. There's an opportunity to cut it to 6 there. 10-point game in the fourth. I know. Nick Anderson was so good. He talks about how that really killed his confidence. And it was only one game. It's too bad he just didn't even come back in that series. They just got swept. I mean, just a young team getting mentally demoralized. And I could see it happening when you got Akeem the Dream in his prime. He played it the other night and sucked. Oh, crap. What the hell, man? This guy's unbelievable. I mean, the only way I'm going to come back now is if I'm just super aggressive with the fouling. Del Curry has been a difference maker. Yeah, the Splash Brothers is right. Except Glenn Rice is missing a ton. Give me the ball. Even fouling, I can't get the ball. Jerry Pick didn't want to give it to me. Their defense recovers quick. Game is getting dangerous out here. No fouls to give. It's easy to get fouls if you're in the penalty. You don't need a special button to do it. You just push a guy. What's up, Pat? Good to see you. Glenn Rice, NCAA champ and proud Michigan man. I think he was NBA champion as well with the Lakers. Foul. It's safe to say this one might be feeling like it's over. See if I could start draining threes out of nowhere. All right. Oh, he just loses the ball dribbling. Play with the Dolphins in 04? I know, it's so sad. I wasn't ready for the Del Curry. I mean, he just came out draining. You're right, Dennis Scott. The defense is right on you in this one. I would say, like, NBA Live 98, it's a lot easier to get around guys for the dunk. Not in this one. Well, I improved my free throw shooting from the first game, but it's not going to matter. So you actually have to get open because he's right on me, Glenn Rice. So last game, I just shot a lot with Penny Hardaway over Dana Barros. Yeah, you hit that turbo button. You got to play somewhat under control. Rice is just bricking everything. Finally a dunk from Nick Anderson. His brother lost to Glass Joe in a fight. There he is, Glenn Rice. Yeah, this team, if the other team could shoot threes. It's going to be a rough one. There it is, Dennis Scott. This team just matched up with me a lot more height-wise. And the shooting is just unreal. So this Orlando Magic playoff run is going to come to an end after 2 games. But I do like this game. It's very simple. I think there's a few things I could do defensively. And also utilizing the pump fake. I didn't play that under control. And it's going to result in a loss. I don't think the gameplay is choppy at all. It's just, you know, the players are out of control. Kind of like how all the NBA Live games were early on. But it's not choppy. $26 for Del Curry, playing 3-minute quarters. So if we were playing a regular NBA game, how many points would that be? A lot. That would be over 100. Oh, man. So, let's look at the player stats. Hardaway did the best he could. No one really on the bench that I needed to bring in that would have helped that much. Well, I did play on the hardest level. If it wasn't, maybe the computer wouldn't have came out of the gates. Geiger was locking up Shaq. Well, let's see who ends up winning this anyways. Knicks beat the Pacers. Suns. Oh, Knicks win it all. Knicks beat the Suns. That would have been a fun finals to see. Barkley on the Suns versus the New York Knicks. No, there's no halftime show. This game was bare bones. I mean, they were just figuring out what they could do with they were just figuring out what they can do with all the new tools that they had, all the extra space. So, yeah, that's going to do it for the playoff run, unfortunately. But I bought this game for under $10. Anytime you can get a long box game for that, I think it's worth it. This is a good bare bones type of get a feel like what the transition was from the the 2D era on Genesis and Super Nintendo coming over to PlayStation, what it was like. I mean, it still kind of has the bare features like that, but the game plays better. Play QB Sneak. So, I'll probably play another game. Not in this, but I might come back with some Madden 04 and try to get a win on all Madden because I was hurting. But I think maybe 2005 I didn't actually complete it. I think the second one that I played with, I lost with the Ravens in overtime. So I might be back with one of those games soon. So if you get the alert, I'll be back. But I just had a friend message me, so I got to message him back. And then if it doesn't take too long, I'll be back on another stream. So thank you for watching. I'll be back soon.